Nice meeting you. My name is Marcelo.
Hello, I'm Josh.
I'm Ryan.
Hello.
Let go of the wheel and shut my eyes. I wanna feel something before I die. Fuck all the red flags. I don't know where I'm going.
How was the show last night? How's Brazil treating you? How's this mini tour going so far?
When we go
Yeah,
first,
you go.
yeah, show was great. I was saying earlier we have a lot of days off, so we look forward to show days, and we love the crowds down here. There's an extra enthusiasm for the heavier side of what we do, and we're thrilled to be here, man.
Yeah.
You're doing this tour across southern Brazil with Fall Out Boy, Yellow Card, with Charlotte, Neck Deep, many other peers. How's your relationship with those bands today, nowadays, and how far do you go back?
Oh, I mean, the relationships are awesome. I mean, like we've known Yellow Card for over 20 years now, and we've done a lot of tours with them recently. So like it's been super rad to like just be able to hang out with them almost every day. We're at the same hotel, and they're just really good people and good Charlotte guys. We know a little bit, and they've always been super rad to us.
Yeah, we were like loose acquaintances with most of these bands, but Yellow Card, they're like our like ride or die homies.
Yeah.
So it's really fun.
Did you get a chance to see some of the local bands last weekend in Curitiba? What's your knowledge of Brazilian bands or music in general?
Man, my knowledge is very limited,
Same.
but dude, we were sitting in the dressing room at the first show, and this really cool intro started, and it was like this really like spacey kind of like synth stuff and guitar stuff, and I took my earbuds out, and I was just like, dude, what is I still don't know what the band was, but they
Okay.
had this really cool intro, and then the band came in and they were just really great. And I just sat in the dressing room and just listened, and I thought what they were doing was really next level and kind of special. But I don't know who the band was.
Yeah,
So
it was like super cool to like hear the like even just from the dressing room like how loud the crowds were for Brazilian bands. And
Yeah.
like it was just it's a cool thing to see like your local community get behind like, Brazilian bands and stuff. It's just it's a super cool thing to see.
Yeah, Brazilians, we had a really thriving scene for this the same genre that you guys are part of, like the pop punk, hardcore, punk rock,
Yeah.
screamo, whatever you call it. We had a
Yeah.
really thriving scene here in the 2000s too, and Brazilians listen to a lot of Brazilian music. So, and I think the emo scene from the 2000s is really drawn to nostalgia, like in the themes of the lyrics, especially. But now we have these festivals, like in the US, you have When We Were Young. Now you have I Wanna Be in Brazil. How much do you think we are focused on the past? Because bands like you and not your peers are putting out music constantly, are touring nonstop. How do you feel about that?
honestly, man, I'm just happy that we're still here and we're still able to make a living doing what we love. And if part of that is, people's nostalgia for what we do, I'm totally fine with it because
Mhm.
I'm also very nostalgic about it. Those songs represent a very special time in our life and our journey. Like we wrote a lot of those songs when we were kids, like children, and our wildest dreams kind of came true. So it's not just the fans, it's also us. Like we get to kind of relive those emotions and all that. So I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
A lot of timeless music came from this scene circa 2005. Fall Out Boy put out From Under the Cork Tree, Paramore put out their first record. You guys put out In the Wake of Determination in 2005.
Yeah.
And you also referenced 2005 in a song from your latest record. Can you take us back to like an important time that made like in 2005 that made this year so important for Start of the Year? Just one.
I don't know. I mean, just even the simple fact of being able to record a second record,
Yeah.
let alone, a first one. But we were touring a lot.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think 2005. I mean, we went on International Taste of Chaos that
Okay.
year, which was like
With who they use it and who else?
it was like the Used, Kill Switch Engage, Atreyu, Funeral for a Friend. And it was like we went a lot of different places that we had never been before. So that
Mhm.
was super cool. It was like the first time we went to Australia. Um, some places in Europe and things like that we went to, and the shows were just huge, and like it was like a, an international traveling circus essentially, because we get on a flight to go somewhere and it's everybody from the tour is taking up the entire airplane. It was just like super fun, and like, we're all 24, 25 at that point, so like the only responsibility we had was to show up and play shows. So just super fun time, man.
You mentioned the used. You guys put out both big debut albums in the gap of a year, I guess, 2002, 2003, I guess, for you. They were produced by John Feldman. And how important was he as a mentor or as a producer for your band? Because to me, Page Avenue and the Use It title were huge in my life as a kid, but they both sound like not the songs, but sonically like production. The snares sound, Josh, the drum sounds, they really sound like things that flow together, fit together well. How do you think about both of those records and the time with John Feldman on studio?
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for John Feldman. He was one of the first true believers and champions of our band. He's the one that took us to the label, took us on tour. He took like a big chance and invested in us, as really young artists. And yeah, like our first record and the U's first record was recorded in the same small bedroom with the same amps, the same drum set, the same, like literally the same everything.
Yeah.
It's just the songs are different, but if you sonically, you're right. You're 100% right. Like it is literally the exact same tones, the exact same everything, just different songs, But I think it's cool because I think John Feldman was really ahead of his time with production. I mean, it's the early 2000s. No one was making records that sounded like that. And I think he was like really ahead of his time with all that. So yeah, I mean, I really think we got really lucky meeting him and having him kind of guide the early days in our career and really like focusing on what he loved about our band and just kind of going really leaning into those things and not some of the crazy shit we were doing on the side,
You're hitting the 30-year anniversary this year, right? Milestone as a band. 3 decades of Story of 3 Years.
Well, we were a band.
I was wondering just if you have any special celebrations planned. But
well, we were a band called Big Blue Monkey. It was the same people, but then we changed our name to Story of the Year in 2002. So yeah, we might be coming on like
definitely like at least 30 years of playing music together,
yeah.
One band or another.
Yeah, we've been playing music together longer than we haven't.
Okay.
If that makes sense, more than half of our lives, But dude, honestly, like no special celebrations, none. Like we're just really focused on moving forward, and I feel like this is one of the most creative times I've ever had in my life. I feel just really fired up about our band, and I'm really excited to see what the coming years have in store for us because we're kind of on a roll, man. Like our last record, we really pumped about that. We're about to put out a new record that we're really excited about. Like I feel like collectively we haven't been this excited about music since like the beginning,
I was gonna ask you about Tear Me to Pieces is 2 years old already, and for me it sounds like a very fresh and modern take on your sound. I really like the album. I was gonna ask you how's the future looking for new releases for Story of the Year, and you also put out a song called Can't Slow Down, I guess, with DJ Casio. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but can you tell us about this new sound and the future ventures? What you're going for with the sound?
That was an unreleased songwriting demo. Like that's just a demo that we just never released that Keizo wanted to use. So yeah, like we don't have any plans to put out an EDM record or anything. He just wanted to use it in his music, which we were like, cool, man, that's sweet. But we just finished a new record. It's done, and it's gonna be we're gonna start releasing stuff soon.
You have like a date, something that you're like
we haven't announced it yet. I can't tell you. It's secret.
Okay. But I was gonna ask you, what are you currently listening to?
Oh man, the new Deftones.
Yeah.
I've listened to the new Deftones at least 25 times, start to finish already. At this whole tour, I've just been jamming it. I think it's so good.
Me too. It's amazing. Probably one of their best records. I was gonna say that the first time I heard you was while playing Need for Speed Underground back in the day, and the Hero song, and I was like, okay, that's a banger. I need to listen more. How important is it for your career to have your music featured in different formats, such as video games or
I,
any other format?
I feel like it's super important because it when songs are on like different avenues like that, it just reaches more people that wouldn't necessarily go just like searching for you, like your band specifically. It just kind of pops up. I mean, you're one of 10,000 people that have ever told us that. You know what I mean? Like it's a big theme from like how people found our music back in the day before like online streaming and all, just that kind of thing. It was a very kind of popular way to like get your music out there. It's just like there's a video game and or whatever out like a TV show or something
Mhm.
like that. It's super like important because it just
There
reaches more
is,
people.
is there a medium in 2025 that you guys want to get into with your music that you haven't?
Man,
Or is
that's
it,
tough because we come from the generation where soundtracks were a really big thing.
yeah.
Like speaking of Deftones, like they were on the Crow soundtrack. Like even as a kid, my favorite movie is this BMX movie called Rad.
Mhm.
And I discovered like all these songs from that movie and movies like that. Well, that's how I would discover some of the music I grew up listening to. I still listen to this day.
Mhm.
To this day is from movies from my childhood, you know. Today I don't know. I guess like the closest equivalent would be like a curated playlist, you know, like a streaming playlist maybe, or
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. We're always on the lookout for opportunities. So
That's nice. Um, so I was gonna ask you if you could please leave a message for your Brazilian fans and readers, followers here from EQFM.
you got it.
You go ahead.
Okay. We're stoked to be here. We're stoked that we still have the opportunity to do this. So thank you guys for coming to see us do what we love with the people we love. We're grateful dudes, man,
Yeah.
to still do this. So thank you.
Nice.
Obrigado.
Yeah.
Obrigado.